Again, Chumrip Suo, Phil,
Rasul,
thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview
of
you.
course.
The Ministry of Labor in Thailand has decided to not continue this work permit or visa for at least 90,000 Cambodian workers in Thailand. And it is a sad news, but I just would like to hear your perspective regarding this.
Well, first of all, it's important to understand that when the conflict broke out between Thailand and Cambodia along the border, that many Cambodians left the country. They took the opportunity to leave Thailand, and many of those people who left were in fact undocumented. They didn't have work permits. They were essentially informal labor. And as you know, before this conflict, that Thai-Cambodia border is very porous. People can go back and forth quite easily. There were many natural crossings, as they call them, and so people went back. But the Cambodians who stayed were people who had work permits, people who had committed to work in Thailand. They had gone through the legal process. They had gotten the necessary documents. They had paid their fees to the Ministry of Labor in order to get the right to work here in Thailand. And they showed a certain amount of dedication to their work and to their job to remain in Thailand and to earn money and send it back to their families. And frankly, they should be allowed to stay. These are the people who have, when given the option to return, said, no, I'm going to stay at work. I'm going to continue to work. It shows what they're in Thailand for. They're in Thailand to work and make money and support their families. The unfortunate thing about this recent Ministry of Labor announcement is it's doing exactly what Thailand said it wouldn't do during the beginning of the conflict. At the start, Thailand said they had a problem with the Cambodian government and with the Cambodian military, but not with the Cambodian people. And that, the anybody like Thai vigilantes or ultra-nationalists who are attacking migrant workers would face criminal penalties, that there would be no discrimination against Cambodian workers. And now we are seeing a complete reversal of that stance by the current Thai government. And it's really quite clear that there will be a major problem on farms and other agricultural estates along the Cambodia-Thai border and along the eastern seaboard because people are reliant on these Cambodian workers. It's not like a durian farm can, the owner can just snap his fingers and more workers magically appear. Many of these Cambodian workers have been working for many years. They're trained, they're skilled, they know what they're doing. They're trusted by these Thai owners to do the work, and they're going to be hard to replace. I think that the Ministry of Labor has got it all wrong in Thailand. They have, in fact, fallen prey to this ultra-nationalist fever that has been whipped up not only by the military, but also by the current Prime Minister, Anutin. It's quite clear that Prime Minister Anutin is going to run on an ultra-nationalist card to try to win the election that's coming up in the next couple of months in Thailand. And that bodes very poorly for Cambodian-Thai relations, because what we see is the weaponization of nationalism by a conservative prime minister to try to win votes. And it means that there will be more problems for Cambodian migrant workers. There will be more attacks on migrant workers, probably, that the government will look the other way on. And so it shows that under this prime minister in Thailand, the situation for migrant workers has become increasingly lawless. The people who will be able to stay here will have to hide because they don't have permits. They'll make less money because they're in the gray economy. This is not good for the workers. It's not good for the employers, and it's not good for Thailand. And again, we have a wrong-headed, rights-abusing policy by the Minister of Labor and by the Thai government that hurts migrant workers.
What would be the solution to this? Because both government are not in any good terms of like bridging the gap of this communication, or maybe not in the next few months until maybe after the election. So what would be the solution to address this concern? I mean, what will these workers, in particular in Thailand, Cambodian worker, do to survive this situation, or should they just come home, or should they stay?
Well, I mean, it's very important to understand that the border is closed. So it's not easy for these people to return to Cambodia, even if they want to. The only way really back that's safe is to fly back. And these people don't have the money to buy an airplane ticket to fly back from Bangkok to Phnom Penh. So I think that many of them are going to stay put. They will increasingly try to hide. They will work, as I mentioned, in the gray economy, which means that without a valid work permit, they'll probably be paid less. They'll probably have less labor protections. They'll be treated poorly. This is a problem. I mean, what I hope is that we have some Thai employers who understand the difficulty here, who recognize it's important to keep these people and try to find a way to make it happen. It's also quite clear that the Thai government doesn't really have the capacity to run around and round up 90,000 Cambodian workers and send them back across the border. The Thai law enforcement and Thai immigration and labor law enforcement, is corrupt. They're people who pay to have officials look the other way. So I'm assuming what will happen is that the Cambodian workers here will just have a more uncertain future, will have less wage and labor security, will face a more difficult time, but that they will find a way to remain in Thailand just because there's no other option for them. I think it's also very important for people to understand that these workers are really the mainstay of the income for their families back in Cambodia. And, in Cambodia, the economy is not doing well. It's being mismanaged by Prime Minister Hun Manet and his father, who's still really in charge. You have slowdowns in export-related industries because of tariffs. You have the problem of so many people coming back already from Thailand and other places and not having money or not having jobs. And everybody is facing massive household debt. So the situation in Cambodia is not good. And I think that many of the families of these people who are still working in Thailand, the families are probably saying to them, please be careful, please be safe, but please stay there and make the money and send it back to us because we don't have any other way to survive.
But then the Minister of Labor indicated that they would fill the gap by hiring workers from like Vietnam, like Myanmar and Laos. Do you think it is plausible to do that?
Well, it's important to understand that the Ministry of Labor, and in particular the Department of Employment, which oversees migrant workers in Thailand, are largely dysfunctional. They don't work very well. They're very corrupt. And the problem is this. The minister, she can say that, oh, yeah, we're just going to replace these people with Vietnamese or Lao or Burmese. But she has to then reopen the amnesty for people to register as migrant workers. This is the so-called pink cards, to reopen the pink card registration, which the government has not done. And so you have increasing number of people who are working illegally, who do not have pink cards, who do not have any documentation. And they've been waiting around for the better part of a year to a year and a half for a new amnesty to be announced by the cabinet and allow people to register to be migrant workers. If they do that, then there's the possibility that they will have enough new migrant workers who are registered to find ways to replace the Cambodians. But until they do that, they don't have them. It's not easy. If you're working in Trat province and you have a durian farm with 20 Cambodian migrant workers, it's not easy to say, okay, you guys go and I'll find 20 Burmese to just show up. Burma's all the way on the other side of the country. So, there's logistics issues, there's cost issues, there's corruption There's issues related to kickbacks for people who are hiring migrant workers, especially if they're hiring them in an undocumented fashion, where they don't have the permits. And that happens all the time in Thailand, and the police know and the immigration knows, and they demand money. So, there's an underground economy here that migrant workers know and understand. But for the employers, what they want is they want to have stability. They need to have the workers to be there to do the job. And if you're working, for instance, in agriculture, there are certain periods of the year when you must have workers because you have to bring the crops in, you have to bring the fruit in, you have to do all these things. And I don't think the Minister of Labor or her people have any idea what the challenges are for these employers to find new migrant workers. I mean, she thinks she can just snap her fingers and presto magic, new migrant workers appear from another country. It doesn't work that way. She should know better. She's from a big political clan that has dominated politics in Prachinburi province, which is on the border. So she should know better. But she's just playing the ultra-nationalist game along with the prime minister and looking to the new election and doesn't really care what happens to either the migrant workers or their employers.
Thank you, Phil. So I can take that it is easier to continue this work visa or like work permit for the 90,000 workers rather than like
it would be much easier. So, I mean, that would be if she reopens the extensions, people would apply and it would think. And her whole claim that somehow there's a national security issue, none of these 90,000 people are doing anything but wanting to work in Thailand. This game of saying, well, geez, because these people are Cambodian, they're somehow dangerous. Many of these people have lived in Thailand for 15, 20 years. They speak excellent Thai. Their children have gone to Thai schools. The claims that are being made are not real in the sense that they're just being made up to try to prove a political point. That we need to do something about Cambodia. And so, the Minister of Labor said, what can I do? Okay, well, I'll cancel all the work permits. This is across the Thai government that they're trying to show that they're tough on Cambodia. They're trying to show this to the Thai voters so that they will be able to win the next election. It is this conservative ultra-nationalist card that is being used by Prime Minister Anutin to try to fight back against the People's Party and the progressives who are saying, look, the economy is not good. The government is mismanaging the situation. Vote for change. And the only thing that Anutin can come up with is to make Cambodia the enemy and try to scare the Thai voters.
Thank you very much, Phil.